Hey guys, this is Shane from the River Paddlers. I recently completed a 10-day kayak camping trip and used a lot of different gear, some cheap, some expensive. So here are the reviews. For my trip, I purchased a 40-watt flexible solar charger, and this thing did some good, some bad. So with this solar charger, there is a DC port, a USB-C, and a regular USB port there to use to charge from. So the way that this solar charger works is you charge directly from it. So you can charge a device from it, you can charge a power bank from it. And I used it mainly just to charge a power bank from it. I also charge my GPS from it directly some as well. So it folds out. So it folds out pretty far, has a total of 6 panels on it, equaling a total of 40 watts. So first, let's talk about the construction of it. So on the ends here, and you can see I put little rings in here and carabiners so I could attach it. I had it on the top of a kayak strapped down, and over 10 days, there is a little bit of wear in here, right here. But overall, I mean, it held up. It did pretty good, because I wasn't gentle on it. Like I definitely pushed it a little bit, I guess you'll say. So let's talk about how it actually charged for me, and that was hit and miss. I have a few different examples of the type of power banks that I tried to charge off of it. The first thing I tried to charge was like a solar power bank. So this is a little solar power bank. However, trying to charge this in the sun, it's let's just say it'll take a while. So the idea wasn't to use it for that, but the idea was to use this for storage capacity and then try to recharge it. This one in particular is 24,000 mAh, so it's a decent size. However, having one of these on top of my kayak for 2 days could not get it to charge a lick. Did not charge one bit at all. So then from there I was getting a little bit worried, because I'm filming for a YouTube channel. So I was a little bit worried from there. So I moved on. The next thing I tried was just a small little power bank, and this is a 10,000 mAh power bank. It's a 10,000 mAh power bank. So with this, I use this, to charge up some batteries and stuff at camp, and then the next day on the water attempted to charge this. The first time using this, it charged up about, at least halfway, maybe even a little more than halfway, and it wasn't under direct sunlight most of the day. The sun was hit and miss, really kind of cloudy and windy, so there wasn't a ton of sun, but it did start to charge, so it was a success. So after that, I was like, okay, let's move on and try something different. From there, I moved on to a power bank that has a higher mAh value, and it's just a regular power bank. This one in particular is 30,800 mAh. So I used this completely up, got it all the way down to 0, and charged this one twice on this solar charger. And the first time, it was the sun was better, and but it wasn't perfect, and it was under sunlight, probably, I say sunlight, in and out of sunlight in cloudy conditions, probably for about 8 to 10 hours, and it charged up to 18%. So that means it charged up about 5,500 mAh. So that wasn't bad. At that point, I felt like we're starting to make some real progress. So the next day, got it down to 0 again, and the next day there was a little more sun. We were out we were still out in it quite a while, but there was a little more sun, so I had a little more time to kind of be under the sun. The next day it charged up to 23%, which means it charged up over 7,000 mAh. So where this trip was the Yukon, Canada, and the sunlight in the Yukon, maybe it's not as direct as it is where I live on the East Coast. So I kind of wonder if I were to use it here in this area, if it would do even better. So overall, this device works pretty decent. I gotta tell you, you know, you just gotta know what you can and can't charge with it. Know that the trying to charge a solar charger on here did not work, but regular power banks had zero issues. It did charge. It's a slow process. It's not something you're going to get charged, you know, in an hour. It's not like plugging it into a wall. It just takes time because you're, you know, using the sunlight to charge. But it's pretty simple to use. You just plug in your device from any one of these connections to whatever you are charging, and you have some sunlight, direct sunlight, it'll start charging. But I've learned you do need to have it out pretty clear in the sun. If not, it doesn't do so well. So the grade that I give for this thing is a B, a pretty solid B. I feel like there's better ones out there that'll probably do a little more for you, a little quicker. However, I will say that for 80 bucks, roughly 80 bucks, it got me through my trip. So I'm definitely not disappointed by that. So I will definitely give this a solid B and say that it is something worth investing in. For me, I put it on the top of my kayak. If you're doing backpacking, you know, you can hang this on the back of your pack as well to charge, if that would be an option. But for me, you know, it worked. I have 3 GoPros going, a GPS, a phone going, so a lot of devices going when I'm out on the river. So for me it worked. Hope this helps you out.